What is going on, everybody? Just got back home from a long trip. I know we haven't posted much in a while, and we've been gone. We were in Florida, and I having my mom watch the garden, and wow, well, it blew up. We'll just say that. Let me see if I can turn this camera around for you guys. Look at these tomato plants. My goodness. And I got a weed eat too. But look at this. They're out of control. They're too big. They're getting too big. They outgrew the tomato cages that we put them on. Like big time. Look at this one. Oh my gosh. They are getting huge. Good morning, good morning. And good golly, this garden is blowing up. My pepper plants are finally producing some peppers. Look here. Yeah. Oh yeah. This is my jalapeno bush. Look. Looky here. Jalapenos. There's a bunch of them. There's one down there. Yes. The sun hasn't even peeked over the trees yet. It's so early. Man, look at these things. That's jalapenos too. Little baby one right there. This is jalapenos, and it's a small bush, but look how much it's fruiting. Look at the jalapenos it's got on it. Shoot. Not too long, those are going to be pickable. This one got taller. That one stayed shorter, and this one produced, and this one is not producing as much. So weird, isn't it? But that's not even all. Look at my pepperoncinis. Now this one I've been questioning. It's always had these little white leaves kind of wrinkled up. And I thought it was going to die, but it's started producing fruit. But next to it are pepperoncinis that are growing crazy. Look at all those. And then next to that one is a bush that we started picking them off of early, and it is really produced the fruit. There's one that's red. Look at that red one. Let's pick that red one. I don't think they're supposed to get red. I think I need to start picking these guys. I picked a few okra this morning. We're gonna pick a few of these pepperoncinis. How was everybody's weekend? If you're just now viewing or jumping in or catching us at the repeat, how was your weekend? Hopefully it was good. I drove all weekend. Look at that one. That's a nice one. Who likes pepperoncinis? I'm going to be pickling these, I think. I like pickled pepperoncinis. That's a big one right there. That's a big one, ain't it? Can't stay live very long today. We got a lot of stuff to do. Oh, there goes my boys. They're going out to football practice. Kind of see the lights behind it. Uh-oh, I broke that whole stem. That's not good. I'll have to fix that later. So who we got on here? Who's watching this morning? I see 5 people watching. Who's out there this morning? You guys going to work or waking up having some coffee? Type your name in if you're watching. I'm just out here in the garden this morning. I felt like talking to everybody and seeing how the garden looked. Oh man, there's so many pickable pepperoncinis. Look at those. They're beautiful. Beautiful pepperoncinis. I don't want them to get red. I want them to stay green. Ooh. All right, I'm going to come back to the pepperoncinis in a minute. Let's show you the rest of the garden. Show you some really neat things that's happening and explain some stuff. We planted all these same time that we planted all of those. But these ones don't get as much sun in the morning time. They've stayed a lot smaller, all of them. And then the sun starts to come up, and then we start getting these ones. And basically, these tomatoes, starting about right here, they get a lot of sun, full sun all day. So I'm thinking that next year my garden is going to start about right here, and it's going to run that direction, and I think we'll run it toward the house so we get more sun a lot longer. But just out working in the garden this morning, enjoying the sunrise, enjoying God's goodness, seeing a lot of the fruits of our labor. And we were on a trip, like I said earlier in the video, we were on a trip from Tampa. We went to Florida this last week for Eliana's Bible competition, and she did really well. I thought she did really well. They actually won they won third place in the Bible Millionaire. It was a team event, and I would have thought she would have got first on the memorization. She didn't miss a single word on the memorization, but there were some other scoreable points that she missed, so we'll see. You'll see the video on that whole thing. But we talked about, my daughter asked me about sowing and reaping on the way back from Florida. And we were talking about our garden and stuff. And so to get back home and see that our garden has really blown up is just like, I don't know, it made me think about what we were talking about, sowing and reaping, and that, you know, all the hard work that these kids have put in with the garden. Now we're here at harvest time, and the harvest is so plentiful that I don't have enough workers to pick all these vegetables. Like, you see how much it is now. And Jesus said, you know, the harvest is plenty, but the workers are few. Guys, when you see a garden that looks like this, and the tomato plants, when they start producing the tomatoes and falling off, I'm gonna need a lot more helpers to pick vegetables when all of these tomatoes, all those blooms become tomatoes. It's like the earth. Like, the harvest is plenty, but the workers are few. This side over here, this side has been taken over by weeds. And there ain't nothing to reap on this side. Everything I planted, I let go. I didn't cut the grass enough. Look at it. It's overtaken. But we kept up with this side, and it's really produced. So I just want to come out here, guys, and show you the garden this morning while the sun's coming up, maybe before people are out to work, or maybe sitting around having some coffee. Kind of wanted to see what our garden looked like. It's really, really getting big. We got some bugs in our cucumbers. That didn't help. And they started killing some of our cucumber plants. As you can see, they're starting to die a little bit. We still are getting some cucumbers, but they're definitely not as healthy as they were before I left to Florida. Our okra, whoa, that sun is, hold on guys, let me get away from the sun here. That's the okra. They're probably close to 4 foot tall now. What are you doing, Dizzy? Huh? You better stay out of the garden. You've been in the pond, huh? Okra getting pretty big, and they're producing a lot of okra. And we love it. We've been pickling all our okra this whole time, so we've got jars and jars of pickled okra. Man, I haven't checked on my bean plants. I don't know what's going on with these bean plants. The beans are there, but they're just not getting, they're not getting real big. If anybody's a bean expert out there, help me out. Like, they're staying small, and they're really not producing big beans yet. Not sure what's going on with that. But they are there. They're still producing. I'll have to get in here and pick them soon. Today we got a lot of work to do. I mean, you guys can tell that the tomato plants are overgrown. I've got to tie them all up. My mom wasn't able to tie them up while she was here. She was kind of just looking after things and picking vegetables off. I'm gonna have to come in here and tie up all our plants so they stay. Looky here. There's a good tomato right there. We'll pick that one and we'll let it green at the house. I think some of those bugs are getting on our tomato plants. Well, that's really all I've got for you guys. I just wanted to update you on the garden, show you how it's blowing up. Thanks for watching. Sorry if it wasn't as extravagant as you wanted to see, but it's just daily life. Love y'all. Jesus loves you. We'll see you later.